Hi folks, this is Tim Fasano. That's me right there with this new software of mine. And I'm here tonight not to talk about myself, but to honor a friend of mine, probably my best friend in Bigfoot. That's tcsjrbigfoot, Tim Stover out of Ohio. And I've known Tim since I got started in Bigfootery back in March of 2009. And he contacted me, and we've emailed and remained friends, and he's encouraged me many times when I got discouraged because of the critics and so forth. And he has recently been contacted, believe it or not, by Finding Bigfoot. And they're coming to Ohio. In fact, they're already in Ohio. And they're going to be researching with Tim. In fact, Wednesday, Tim will be at the town hall meeting that they seem to do everywhere they go. And they'll be recording the show for Animal Planet. And on Sunday, he'll be working with the Fabulous Four out in the field doing a recreation of Tim's 1992 sighting, the anniversary, which is coming up on October 6th. And Tim's very excited about this, and I'm probably even more excited than he is for some reason. I spoke with Tim on the phone today, and I took detailed notes. I'm going to do a blog post on my blog about everything he was telling me about this group. But apparently there's some misconceptions that I had. They don't just hit and run and come into an area. They stay in an area at least 3 weeks. And they work it, and they work it at night, and they work it well. In fact, this crew just does a fabulous job. Apparently, what Tim was telling me, he's spoken with Natalie, who is the one of the producers on the program. I don't know her direct title. I have it written down somewhere, but everyone he's spoken with has been very good and kind and friendly and cooperative, and he couldn't say enough good about them. And I believed him, because Tim does everything they do. He goes out at night, as you can see with the green image here, and he does the infrared, and he puts in the time and the work, and he just doesn't give up. And you got to admire that. He even has this image here that he shot on a FLIR, forward-looking infrared, of an upright animal moving through the field at night. And most animals are, of course, on 4 legs. Only primates walk on 2 legs. And this animal was walking on 2 legs. And I believe, as well as he does, that he got a Bigfoot captured on this image. And not only captured Bigfoot, but he captures people's attention. There was the tcsjr Bigfoot Night and Expo overnight camping last summer in Ohio, one of the state parks, where he spoke. And look at all these people. You talk about the Pied Piper of Bigfoot. It's not just BFRO and Finding Bigfoot that draws a crowd. Look at all these people. They're all following Tim out into the woods with the kids and their children and everything, and they're learning about Bigfoot, and that's what Tim does. That's what he brings to all of this. But not only that, but he works in an area which is called the Sasquatch Triangle, which is east of Columbus. It's in a rural area. It encompasses the majority of Salt Fork State Park, where the Finding Bigfoot crew is going to be. And this is an area in Ohio where most of the sightings have been reported at. This is Don Keating, who invented that title, because he's been working that for a couple of decades. So I felt it would be kind to at least give him recognition for inventing that title. Here's another detailed look at the Sasquatch Triangle. I'm not familiar with Ohio, but this looks like it encompasses a lot of area, and apparently it's worth working. Now, the reason Finding Bigfoot is interested in Ohio, in the Sasquatch Triangle, is that in 1994, there was a young law student by the name of Matt Moneymaker, who was out with a friend of his camping along the Ohio River. And they recorded at night this howl you'll hear right now. Now, I had an anonymous Bigfoot researcher make available to me an additional recording of the same howl, taken at a different time a few years later, but without the dogs barking in the background. This same researcher also recorded this sound away from the Sasquatch triangle, and it was at night closer to the Pennsylvania border. He also had a friend of his that recorded in Guernsey County, which is in the Sasquatch triangle, the famous talker audio. Now you'll hear an audio that I took in Florida, which is very similar to the one Moneymaker recorded. Right, and here's Tim, and he's going to be on the program, and they're not even aware, based on the conversation I had with Tim, that he is a full-time Bigfoot researcher. They contacted him because the warden, the game warden, well, the park warden up in Salt Fork, gave them his name and number because they were asking if he knew of anyone who had a sighting. So they're unaware of his great skill and how much he's put into this. So what I'm hoping is that Tim will actually become part of the program. They'll use him as a guest host or guest appearances or something along that, because I mean, he's got the look, he's got the voice of a wrestler, he's got it all going, he's got the personality, and I wish him well. I think this is great. I mean, this is fantastic, and I can't wait till the program comes out.